That intro.
Before we begin, if this is the first time you visit to our channel, you consider to subscribe. Self-isolation helps stop coronavirus spreading. Do not leave your home if you have symptoms of coronavirus, COVID-19, or live with someone who does. This is called self-isolation. If you are self-isolating, you must not leave your home for any reason other than to exercise once a day, but stay at least 2 meters, 3 steps, away from other people. Not go out to buy food or collect medicine, order them by phone or online, or ask someone else to drop them off at your home. Not have visitors, such as friends and family, in your home. You can use your garden, if you have one. Information. If you're not sure if you need to self-isolate. If you have symptoms of coronavirus, a high temperature or a new, continuous cough, use the 111 coronavirus service to find out what to do. How long to self-isolate? If you have symptoms. If you have symptoms of coronavirus, you'll need to self-isolate for 7 days. After 7 days. If you do not have a high temperature, you do not need to self-isolate. If you still have a high temperature, keep self-isolating until your temperature returns to normal. You do not need to self-isolate if you just have a cough after 7 days. A cough can last for several weeks after the infection has gone. If you live with someone who has symptoms. If you live with someone who has symptoms, you'll need to self-isolate for 14 days from the day the symptoms started. This is because it can take 14 days for symptoms to appear. If more than one person at home has symptoms, self-isolate for 14 days from the day the first person started having symptoms. If you get symptoms, self-isolate for 7 days from when your symptoms start, even if it means you're self-isolating for longer than 14 days. If you do not get symptoms, you can stop self-isolating after 14 days. After self-isolation. You still need to stay at home when you finish self-isolating, but you can go out for essential trips such as buying food. Read the coronavirus advice for everyone. Get an isolation note to give to your employer. If you live with someone who has symptoms of coronavirus, you can get an isolation note to send to your employer as proof you need to stay off work. You do not need to get a note from a GP. Get an isolation note. Information. If you have symptoms of coronavirus and need to stay at home, use the 111 coronavirus service to get an isolation note. If you have symptoms and live with a vulnerable person. If you live with someone who is 70 or over, has a long-term condition, is pregnant or has a weakened immune system, try to arrange for them to stay with friends or family for 14 days. If you have to stay at home together, try to keep away from each other as much as possible. Do. Try to keep 2 meters, 3 steps, away from each other. Avoid using shared spaces, such as kitchens or bathrooms, at the same time as each other. Open windows in shared spaces if you can. Clean a shared bathroom each time you use it, for example by wiping the surfaces you have touched. Use a dishwasher if you have one. If you do not have one, use washing up liquid and warm water and dry everything thoroughly. Do not share a bed, if possible. Do not share towels, including hand towels and tea towels. Reducing the spread of infection in your home. While you're self-isolating, you should wash your hands with soap and water often, for at least 20 seconds. Use hand sanitizer gel if soap and water are not available. Cover your mouth and nose with a tissue or your sleeve, not your hands, when you cough or sneeze. Put used tissues in the bin straight away and wash your hands afterwards. Clean objects and surfaces you touch often, like door handles, kettles and phones, using your regular cleaning products. How to do your cleaning and laundry. Use your usual household products, such as detergents and bleach, when you clean your home. Put used tissues and disposable cleaning cloths in rubbish bags. Then put the bag into a second bag and tie it securely. Wait 3 days before putting it in your outside bin. Dispose of other household waste as normal. Wash your laundry in the washing machine in the usual way. Laundry that has been in contact with an ill person can be washed with other people's items. Do not shake dirty laundry, as this may spread the virus in the air. If you do not have a washing machine, wait for 3 days after your stay at home has ended before taking your laundry to a laundrette. Looking after your health and well-being. To help yourself stay well while you're at home. Drink plenty of water to stay hydrated. Drink enough so your pee is pale and clear. Take paracetamol to help ease your symptoms. Stay in touch with family and friends over the phone or on social media to help you avoid feeling low or lonely. Try to keep yourself busy. You could try activities like cooking, reading, online learning, and watching films. Do light exercise, if you feel well enough to. There is advice about how to look after your mental well-being while staying at home from Every Mind Matters. Ibuprofen. There is currently no strong evidence that ibuprofen can make coronavirus COVID-19 worse. But until we have more information, take paracetamol to treat the symptoms of coronavirus, unless your doctor has told you paracetamol is not suitable for you. If you are already taking ibuprofen or another non-steroidal anti-inflammatory NSAID on the advice of a doctor, do not stop taking it without checking first. What to do if you need medical help while self-isolating. To protect others, do not go to places like a GP surgery, pharmacy or hospital. Stay at home.